Um, of course, as you explained very clearly in cause and effect, there are many layers. So even though we can have an intent to go to the cause, there might be another layer, and we have a sometimes unconscious, I have, resistance to really going to the cause, and basically it's because we're terrified, or because we need courage to really go into and feel that.
Yes, but we need to be very careful with all of these issues, because we need to stop justifying our actions through our terror. Yeah. You see, often what we finish up doing is we say, I'm terrified, that's why I can't solve this problem. No, you can't solve this problem because your desire is not greater than your terror. That's why you can't solve this problem. Okay. You see, for many of us, what we finish up doing is we see the problem. We even might eventually start to feel the fear or terror associated with the cause of the problem. But because the terror is this big and our desire is only this big, we stay in a state of stagnation, not dealing with the problem. This is where we need to grow our desire and get to a point where our desire exceeds any terror that we have. When our desire exceeds any terror, we will always find the cause.
I like that, thank you.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
But if our desire does not exceed our terror, we will never find the cause. We will always justify our terror. And I see people doing this over and over again where they say, but I'm afraid. So what, is what I say. So what? You are being unloving. Don't you see that? So what? So what if you're afraid? Fix the unloving. Does that make sense? And this is what we need to bear in mind with all of these discussions, is we can see that terror or fear does cover over much of our grief, right? However, we need to stop justifying the terror. We need to stop minimising its play in our life. We need to stop saying to ourselves that this terror means that I can't do it. We need to stop all that, because it's all rubbish, it's all false. And we need to start being really honest with ourselves and say, my desire is just not bigger. I don't have a strong desire to fix this problem. So let's say, for example, that a man has cheated on his wife. Let's say she'd possibly be very upset about it, unless, again, she's very spiritually developed. She'll be very upset about it. Or she might have no feelings about it, and that's probably because she doesn't love him anyway. But if she loves him, and if she is not as spiritually developed as at one with God yet, she will be upset about it, yes? He will have created hurt. Yeah. Now, if he says to her, sorry, and then 3 months later he does it again, firstly, he was not sorry. Secondly, he has not addressed the cause as to why he's done it. Thirdly, he's not prepared to feel her pain, because if he could feel her pain, he would never do it again. Right? He would never take the same action again if he could feel the pain of the person he's hurting. So he needs to see that whatever it is he's afraid of dealing with, he is still being terribly unloving. And his fear isn't a justification for his unloving behaviour. He needs to stop using his fear as a justification for his unloving behaviour, and he needs to address the cause. Now, is he going to do that or not? Does he even want to? That's the question. Now, if he didn't want to, then I would suggest to the wife, you need to leave. Because if he doesn't want to address the cause, he's going to do it again, and again, and again. And who's going to feel hurt every time? You. And you might love him, but you need to leave him so that he gets the point that you're not going to put up with unloving behaviour constantly. You're going to maybe observe it. You might still love him and you might not get involved with anybody else, but you might patiently wait for him now to get to the point where he's ready and willing to deal with the cause. Now, when he really wants to address the cause, you'll know about it. He will stop making excuses. He will stop justifying his behaviour, He will stop minimising his behaviour. He will do everything in his power to find the reason inside of him why he took the action. You know, there's a person that's really sorry, because they're doing all the things they need to do to actually address the cause inside of them. If a person's not doing everything they need to do to address the cause, they are not repentant. They are not sorry. They're just justifying their actions. And they are condemned to repeat their actions while they do that.